A very good morning to the honorable judges, little timekeepers, teachers, and friends. There once goes a proverb saying, "Look after the land, and the land will look after you. Destroy the land, and the land will destroy you." Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Daanya Saffiya Binti Suparman, and I am 11 years old. I am from SK Bandar Anggerik. I am honored to be here today to share my thoughts on something interesting I have learned in the past month. Today, I am here to share with you my point of view on the latest 5 books I read and one with further explanation. The first book is called Elephants. The book's author is Barbara Taylor and the publisher is NS Publishing Ltd. This book talks about the history of the elephants, their natural habitats, and more. The second book is called Ripley's Believe It or Not. There is no author of this book because many people came together to write this book. However, there is a publisher, and the publisher is called Anne Marshall. This book talks about mysteries from the year 2015 and asks for our opinion whether we believe in it or not. The next two books are in Malay. The first one is called Negeri-Negeri Melayu. The book's author is Sulaiman Zakaria, and the book's publisher is Cahaya Kasturi. This book explains the history of the Malaysian states, their people, and their culture. The next book is called Wajah Seorang Wanita. The book's author is S. Othman Clanton, and the book's publisher is Dawama STN BHD. This novel is about the determination of a lady from a renowned family in Clanton who displays persistence, patience, faith, and honesty. The last book with further explanation is called How to Avoid a Climate Disaster. The book's author is Bill Gates, who is the founder of the multi-million-dollar company Microsoft. The book's publisher is Alfred A. Knopf, and the year of publication is 2021. It contains 257 pages. There are 12 chapters in this very informative book. The book's place of publication is from the United States. I have to say, this book is not for everyone, but everyone should know about it. Why, you ask? Let me tell you why. In the book, Bill Gates gives us suggestions on how to make the world a better place. In the book, he says 52 billion is how many greenhouse gases the world normally adds up to every year. Even if the number goes up or down, it's increasing, and in order to avoid the worst effects of climate change, we need to stop adding greenhouse gases. Sounds hard because it is. It will be very challenging to do so because every country in the world will need to change their lifestyle. He also recommended to stop investing in fossil fuel companies because it can release greenhouse gases. Scientists still have a lot to learn about how and why the climate is changing. Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change reports acknowledge some uncertainty about how much and how quickly the temperature will go up. In the book, you can learn a lot of ways to help the environment. The first moral value in this book is that in order to live on Earth, we need to take care of it. If we are not responsible for it, we will suffer for generations to come. We can work together as a team to help clean our planet. The second moral value is that I am grateful we still have time to avoid a climate disaster. If we all work towards the solution as a community, I believe we will be able to help each other save the planet. The last moral value that I learned is that we need to be responsible for all our actions. and be we should no longer waste electricity and be mindful when using it. Switch off the plug after done using it. Try to use other energy sources such as hydropower and solar energy. Next is the value of knowledge. Before I read this book, I was not aware of how serious the actions of human to Earth was. Even our basic activities like growing things, making things, and getting around from place to place is producing methane gas, which contributes to climate change. Another thing I learned is that agriculture and forestry is actually the top contributor to climate change and not transportation. Transportation only contributes 60% to global emissions. The last thing I learned is that electricity is one of the major contributors to climate change. We can reduce the usage of electricity by switching to hydropower and solar energy. The lesson learned in this book is we should not contaminate and pollute the environment, or not, we will suffer the consequences. Its interesting part is that this book is very clear and easy to read. And secondly, the book explains a difficult subject in a simpler manner. Its summary is that this book made a big impact on my decisions in life. It made me I felt scared when reading this book because I realized how serious the actions of climate change is. I felt scared for my safety and the safety of others. I also felt sad because we do not take care of our home planet. This book is very interesting and informative. It is not for everyone because it explains a difficult subject matter, but I would try to recommend to family and friends. This book makes us want to take care of our home planet and be a more responsible citizen. How to avoid a climate disaster. Don't forget to buy it at your local bookstore if you ever come across it. Thank you for your time. Goodbye for now.